Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the 7th day comic book news video on this chilly day in Orlando. It's not chilly, actually.
It's like 69 degrees.
It's like 69 every day of the year. This is a weekly recap video. You know the drill. I'm Adam from Geek Rest. And
I'm Aaron from a comic shop.
Yeah, he's still here. Still here.
We are in a comic shop presently.
Yeah.
Like any comic shop. We won't tell you the actual name of a comic shop, but we're in a random comic shop right now.
Branded and everything. Yeah. And so much comic book news came out this week. It's been a chunky week of comic news. The big.
Some of it's like, why didn't they tell us this in New York Comic Con?
Yeah, you would think,
specifically,
right?
Jeff Lemire was wearing a Green Arrow T-shirt during the Comic-Con.
A little subtle hint there. We'll come to that. Don't worry. All right. The big thing though, Hellblazer. Hellblazer canceled at 300, which everyone has something to say about that.
I love it. I've read every issue. 300 is a very, very respectable number. Mm-hmm. Just the library of collections there. And I stock them all, and just the caliber of writers that have been on it. You know, they've aged him in real time. When they made that decision, now he's 50-something. You know, and you know, I mean, it's ending it.
He's already in the new 52. They're starting, you know, his little. He's
the
on
new
all
52.
The dark titles. The
way I see him is like the Ultimate Constantine, like when you have the Marvel Ultimates. When they did Peter Parker Ultimate, he was still in high school, he was younger, and then the Justice League Dark Constantine is obviously well younger than 52 or 53 or
a little softer, you can tell.
Well, he's seems like just as con artistry, but you know, he probably wouldn't leave a little girl in hell.
Nah.
Think about the Tim Hunter crazy switcheroo thing.
He would there.
But as much as I'm sad to see the Vertigo go, because there's not going to be the extreme nudity, profanity, extreme like bad gore in ways that, because magic has a price, and his type of like street level con artist magic has a very steep price.
Yeah.
That was really cool to see done in a mature reader book. But.
Right, and well, that was like what DC's longest running title that's done, and I just want to. But they announced that they're going to be launching Constantine as a new 52 title next year, and with Robert Venditti writing.
Right, Rob from The Surrogates and from Exo Manowar.
Totally behind that.
He's a great writer. He does very nuanced, layered stuff, and I think he's going to kick some ass on it.
And you know, they got to bring him back into the forefront for all their. I mean, they made the Constantine movie, but it was such a deviation from the material, kind of that.
Yeah,
he's not in the superhero world. He's
Constantine
not in that
is
world.
A great connecting character in that, you know, he can be behind the scenes in some books.
Yeah.
But when you put the camera on him in a solo book and you see his machinations all with him, it's pretty good, because his narration and him trying to rationalize basically to himself and therefore the reader why he's doing all these things. It's just, it's fun, but you know, his hand is in all these other titles. Like every single dark title he has touched.
Swamp
Thing. And Swamp Thing, Animal Man, you know, even.
I mean, he's a spin-off of Swamp Thing. So.
Even Amethyst, though, you know, Sword and Sorcery's in there, and you know, I just think that he's probably going to have something big to do with the Trinity War as well, because that's about, you know, stuff from the Black Room, and you know, he likes to steal from the Black Room. And you know, I have high hopes for this, even though I'm sad to see the Vertigo stuff go. If they don't kill him in issue 300, which they very well might, and even if they do kill him,
they could easily kill him.
Even if they do give him a great death send-off, they could do a original graphic novel or a miniseries now and then. Before that, like before Watchmen, and you know, before Hellblazer, before V for Vendetta. It's cool. Like you for something.
I want to see him. I want to see him on television. For some reason, I think he could work.
Yeah,
the magic thing. If you can get like Supernatural and Grimm and those shows on the air, DC could work that. I think they got plans for him. Big plans.
He's a very strong character. With the right writer, he is amazing.
Just don't put Keanu anywhere near him again.
He has to be British. Constantine is British. Like that's like taking Batman out of Gotham. You know, like
can't take
London Constantine. You know, I mean, come on.
And Justice League of America, this was announced a while ago with Jeff Johns and Finchy, as Greg Capullo likes to refer to him. I don't know. I thought that was funny.
And
funny to me. 52 variant covers was the big reveal.
For all 52 states. And if you don't know, this District of Columbia and
Puerto Rico,
which is Paco vibe.
Yeah.
But you know, they've been hinting at this for a while. It's obviously Steve Trevor's putting together, who's been shunned by Wonder Woman,
right.
And then via Wonder Woman, his thing as, you know, ambassador to the Justice League.
Yeah.
So he's starting his own Justice League, and that was in a backup of issue 13, co-written by Jeff Lemire, who is now writing Green Arrow.
Yeah.
So
we'll come to that. Don't worry about it.
It's so good.
It's just, all the seeds were there planted. And the 52 variant cover thing, I don't know. Personally, everyone, you know, variant covers are coming up back as far as like, oh, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. I mean, Mars Attacks, IDW Mars Attacks, they did the 55 variant covers.
That was just fun.
That was fun, and they were very nicely done.
If the gimmick has an authentic hook to it, it's fun, because that was all the Topps trading cards as covers.
Right.
It was a gimmick, but it was a gimmick that was
a clear point to it. And Walking Dead just hit the landmark, you know, 100th issue, so have some fun with it. But that Godzilla book that came out, where it was the store variants,
right.
Each store was like being crushed, and they had the store banner on it. That's what this is like, pretty much, because it's the same image,
right,
of the guys doing the Iwo Jima style flag raise,
but with the flag of that
each
state.
flag being the state, yeah.
And perhaps people could rally at their comic book store some support for their state and get people to buy. Hey, get the Texas cover, you know, for people that are
I just don't see a lot of stores getting every.
No, but they are a line item where you can order as much as you want. I don't see many fans saying I want every cover, you know, all 52 covers. I see this store, I could have a thing with Florida cover and Puerto Rico cover and make it a contest to see which one sells more.
Right.
You know, and have like a big like PR Paco party, you know.
It would be funny if they did it like, you know, a little incentive based, like the Electoral College thing. It's like, Texas is worth this much, you got to buy this many books, but you know, North Carolina and Ohio, forget about it. You got to get, you know, 1 in 100 of that.
I don't know. I think Puerto Rico is going to do pretty well here.
It could
but
be
I mean, Puerto Rico is it's on its comeback. You know, that might become a state. You said Vibe was getting a spin-off.
Vibe's getting this ongoing?
Ongoing? Not even mini?
I don't think it's a mini. I think it's a new 52 title.
They're going all in.
I mean, you know, they gave Static his own in the beginning. They can give Vibe.
Yeah, well, Static had a TV show. Vibe's had like a unstellar run in Justice League of Detroit. I mean, like...
Yeah, he did. That was bad.
And he died. He was killed in that.
And Katana is going to be giving her own spin-off. And these are all spinning off of the Justice League of America titles. So everything's going to be...
It's kind of cool that... Because when you look at Justice League, all those characters except for Cyborg have their own titles.
Yeah.
And, you know, Cyborg's like... He basically said, look, I don't have my own title. When we're not on missions, I'm just sitting here at the satellite. You know, like... Yes.
Doing nothing.
Let me help, guys. I want to help. But, anyway, it's cool to see these characters, you know, have their own titles. And, you know, Hawkman has it, Green Arrow has it, Catwoman has it, Baz has it already. So why not give 2 more?
Now, I'll let you talk about the Green Arrow thing because he's in there too, Justice League of America. And
Jeff Lemire is amazing. He's
New blood.
He is just awesome. And Green Arrow has been a character that I've really loved because I love Green Lantern. And I like Green Arrow getting in Green Lantern's face and all that stuff. And he's had good runs. And, you know, the Neil Adams stuff was, you know, legendary. And then recently Meltzer and Kevin Smith. And, you know, it's been good stuff. I mean, you know.
Lemire writing it is just... that's good.
Finally, you know, and I still don't understand Arsenal. I just don't know why, you know, Aqualad, Wonder Girl, Tempest, Wonder Girl, and Wally West, Kid Flash, Wally West. Those don't exist. Those 3 don't exist. Nightwing, I understand why Dick Grayson exists. I understand why Nightwing exists. He's one of the most popular characters DC has.
Right.
But when we're talking about the original 5 Titans, why did Arsenal make the cut and those other 3 not? He's about the same age as Ollie in this new thing. Ollie is red with a baseball cap. I mean, I don't understand. Please explain to me. Make me understand this, DC. So, you know.
They have a plan?
No.
Not
but Lemire can make things work and make it look like things were always meant to be that way and really sell stuff. And his Animal Man has been phenomenal.
And he's not going to slow down on Animal Man or
Justice
League Dark. He's not leaving them. So that's even better, because that's the first thing people went. They're like, oh, well, no, what's happening to Animal Man? What's happening to Justice League? And
Justice League Dark is just...
He's staying with him.
It's awesome. It's just ridiculous how good it is.
Yeah.
So.
And then in Marvel's corner, Marvel now still coming,
and perhaps they're going to have a A-list main title with a Puerto Rican star with Superior Spider-Man.
Follow suit
as Miguel.
Get your Miguel up there.
It might be. You could have Vibe and Miguel.
That's true. A little O'Hara magic. The teaser that was released last week. What was it? Fearless.
Yes.
Well, turned out, it's the Fear Itself spinoff that he's going to be focusing on, Valkyrie, and that's all-female team. That's cool. I mean, that's smart. I have faith in that. I like the story of Valkyrie coming to Earth to pick the next series of warriors rather than, Valhalla. Who's on the team already? I don't even know.
We'll see how it does. I mean, it doesn't... It has a male writer.
Yeah.
That's a little weird, but
hey,
we'll see. I'll support it. It better be good, though.
Sell it. And the Uncanny X-Men title.
Oh, yeah.
Uncanny was teased. I mean, this was all in the past week. They spit that one out pretty fast. It didn't tease you for long. Uncanny X-Men with Bendis again.
Yeah, and it had been rumored forever that Bendis was going to do 2 X books like he did 2 Avengers books.
Yeah.
But here's the clear difference between these 2 titles. This called Uncanny X-Men could have easily been called the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Like, seriously, it looks like the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants 2012 or 2013 by the time it comes out.
Magneto's got the helmet back from,
And they're outlaws. They're freaking outlaws. I mean, how is it not the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants didn't believe they were evil. They just wanted
they had their beliefs.
Forced equality and superiority. Equality through superiority.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I still want to know where Bendis finds the time to write everything. Although he doesn't do conventions anymore.
That's true.
So maybe he does have enough sick days, as it were, to write. But that's...
Well, I'm excited about that title. He's good. That title, I can wrap my head around that. That's cool.
And what else? The Marvel Now slip up a little bit. Uncanny Avengers, I want to mention that. Number 3, delayed.
Number 2 was delayed.
That bad omen, man. Number 2 and number 3 delayed. So now no Uncanny Avengers are coming in December.
Weird.
It's your flagship book.
And you call it Marvel Now. Now implies timely. Now
timely. Marvel tardy.
Yeah, Marvel later.
That's now and later. But I'm bummed about that.
And if the book really can't come out but bi-monthly, just solicit it as such so you manage expectations.
At least.
I mean, but a flagship title should not be bi-monthly, and especially when a lot of the other books are double shipping where you're getting 2 a month. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, this is supposed to advance the plot of a shared universe. This is the main book advancing the plot of a shared universe.
That's my biggest concern. It's like, what did they have planned to introduce in the other books because of this book that they now have to put off? And, I mean, it's going to mess your stuff up.
It reminds me of JMS Olivier Coipel Thor all over again, where they couldn't have Siege happen, and Dark Reign had to spin its wheels before Norman finally lost his crap because that wasn't done yet. Right. And they had to finish that because Siege was the siege of Asgard, and until this story was done by JMS and Olivier, that couldn't be told.
Right.
So, sometimes Marvel has this bottleneck, and I really hope that's not happening, and I hope they have a different artist working on the next story arc already, so once, however long this story arc with Cassidy is, that the next one's ready to double ship right after that.
Just for the love of God, don't switch artists around in the same story arc.
I hate that.
To make that, because the end game is having collections of all these things, and when you're reading a collection and you're seeing different art, and the writers, of course, are submitting different things to different people, you can tell it's not.
And they did that back with Grant Morrison's New Avengers, and to this day, we're selling the collections, and it has this vastly different art style in the middle of storylines, and sure it was late as hell, but at this point on the collections on the shelf, it doesn't matter that it was late, So
you don't know it. I would never know it. And but Marvel Now is
the next 2 weeks of Marvel Now are huge though.
Very big.
All these books. You have FF, you have Hulk, Captain America, the all new X-Men. You have Thor. I mean, just these 2 weeks is just like boom.
Yeah. No, big. And then nothing, probably.
But
then you take a nap.
And Deadpool was great. And Deadpool issue 2 was on time.
Deadpool was fun. I heard nothing but good things coming out of that book. So
yeah, even Daniel Way said he liked it.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right. That's praise from Caesar. And let's see. Quick note: digital comics in the forefront. DC Comics announced that they're now selling their digital books on all e-store, bookstore, whatever the hell they're called. They're all digital, and I mean that's big because other publishers are going to follow suit, and they have their foot down first in the corner of the digital market.
Right.
They said that what was it, Justice League number 12, the Wonder Woman kiss, was the fastest selling digital book to hit 10,000 copies. That's not, and that's, I mean, who knows what the final numbers are? They just said it was the fastest to reach 10,000. So I think they're doing good with digital. They're doing it smart.
And with that shows like some major media covered thing where someone doesn't have to know where to get a comic book or know where a comic book store is to buy it, or wait for it to hit the newsstand, which it doesn't hit the newsstand the same time as comic book stores, which is when the media would cover a story. And then comic book stores could easily sell out of something when it gets media coverage, because we don't know it's going to get media coverage.
Right.
I mean, I didn't sell it. I'm no dummy, but but that's where digital can really come into effect. Someone sees it on the news, and they're like, well, where's the comic book? They're still publishing comic books? I don't know. I just want to see Wonder Woman and Superman make out so I can, fap to that. But
it happens. But I mean, it all takes. I mean, it's funny because we had Shane Davis here the other week.
Yes.
And we were talking to him in an interview, and you can see the link right there. I'll post that up there. But we mentioned the Katie Couric thing coming up, the controversy. Yes. Katie Couric, all it takes is a little press, and that book is all of a sudden hot topic.
New York Times bestseller.
And it's a
I
good
like
thing.
their digital plan. It's like all the above, like the Republicans' energy plan, all the above.
Zing.
Including drilling in Alaska.
And one last little final note I wanted to say, because it already wrapped up, but Eric Powell's Kickstarter campaign for his Goon movie just wrapped up yesterday. They met their goal. It was either $400,000. Yeah, it was $400,000. $400,000. And it's going to be produced by David Fincher. It's going to be a CG animated movie. But that's just awesome. I think anyone who can score almost $500,000 on Kickstarter for something that's so fan-driven.
Right.
Kudos. Glad he hit it. I don't know where they're going to go from here. But it was just funny online seeing him push it so hard. And he's like, it's deja vu because I had to push the Goon this hard.
Right.
Because no one wanted to. They were like, I don't know about this,
Well, he released that short at San Diego, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And that was a really good short.
Yeah.
Really great CGI, really great. It was funny. I liked it.
That sparked everyone's interest in seeing this get made. And from this step, now he really wants to get the studio's attention, say, hey, look, the content is ripe for, consumption.
Right.
Fans want it. And
when it comes from that fan support on, that can only be good word of mouth further. When they come up, when they option something and then go a completely different route than what the fans would want, the fans can just poison it, like with Ninja Turtles being, aliens.
Right.
We all know how that project is sitting right now. So, you have the fans on board from the start and voting with their wallets. I mean, that has to say something to those Hollywood Jews.
Yeah.
Now I Cartman'd out there for a second. I was just trying to be like Eric Cartman.
I could bleep it again and it'd be like even more controversial. It's like...
I stand by, quoting Eric Cartman.
And that's pretty much it. The weekly news and a little recap video. Good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Little slip-ups from Marvel, but all in all, bigger picture. Good
what they've put out has been good, but they need to work on the behind-the-scenes shipping schedules.
Could still be way better than Vibe, so who knows? Who knows what's going on with that? But that's it. Thanks for tuning in this week. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter as always, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Bye-bye.